Hello and welcome to Allotment Family Diary on this very, very wet February day. It has been raining a heck of a lot recently, but today I've got a lot of digging to do because our polytunnel has just arrived. It's 6 meters by 3 meters and it's about 2 meters high, and it's going to go at the end of the plot. I'll take you over and show you the area that the polytunnel is going to be in. Over here. This area here we have marked out with stakes already. The old shed from the previous video was up here, and I'm also going to need to dig out a couple of foot either side so we can dig in the sides. This will stop any high winds taking the top off. As you can see, our neighbour, unfortunately, in the high winds has had his polytunnel taken apart slightly. I'm sure he'll be up to fix that soon. So the next job is to bring up the poles and the cover as well. I kind of want to see where the poles are going to sit first, and then we can dig in the actual cover to make sure it's not going to blow away in the wind. So we've just lugged up the polytunnel from home. It's really heavy, still in a box. There's a site for it to go in, and we have everyone up here today. We've got Nick, we've got Flo.
He's trying to get through. Oh,
we got through. Oh, there's Alf, got through the other side. There's Tilly.
You did it.
And Hannah's in there, and then Flo crying in. So let's just see the instructions. Are they easy?
Well, sketchmatic. So left long as the numbering's right, it's okay. Should be alright.
It's all very complicated and fiddly. Progress check. We're about halfway.
No, not halfway.
Oh, we're not halfway yet.
No.
And quite refreshingly, it's started to rain as well.
Surprisingly.
Don't get much rain around these parts, do we?
On the forecast it said dry all day.
So there we are.
This is only 2 miles up the road. Makes you wonder.
Right, so it's time for a cup of tea.
Then we're going to come back and we're going to tighten all the bolts before going on to the next stage.
So we're just having a quick tea break. Someone recently commented asking if we can kind of say who we are in relation to each other. So we'll just do a quick one. We might do a longer video of our entire backstories and lore at some point. But we'll start off. This is Alf. He's a 14-year-old lurcher, and he belongs to my mum, Tilly.
Hi, I'm Tilly. I'm Tom's mum. And yes, Alf is our dog. And he's very old now, but he's still in good health. I was just going to say that I've had my allotment for nearly 9 years.
And then over here is Han. This is my wife.
So I'm wife and daughter-in-law, and our dog is somewhere.
There's Tor, who you've seen. I'll film him in a minute.
And our child.
Our child. Down here, relaxing outside, is Flo. She's mine and Hannah's daughter. And how old are you?
11.
11.
Hello, I'm Nick. I'm Tilly's husband and Tom's dad. So that makes Flo my granddaughter and Hannah my daughter-in-law.
Oh, me. I'm Tom. I'm Nick and Tilly's son and Hannah's husband and Flo's dad and Tor's dad as well. Yeah. Tor's papa, actually, isn't it? because he's from Romania. So let's go see Tor. And over here, Flo is with the baby, Tor. He is we think he's about 4 years old. He's a rescue dog and he's from Romania.
I think Sylvie's on the roof.
And the stray cat, Sylvie, is she on the roof? And here's Sylvie. Hi. And she's a cat that loves hanging around the allotments. This has been a nightmare to put together, this thing. We've literally had to brute force most of it. The holes aren't quite aligned as they should be, but we're going to stop for a bit of lunch, I think. So Flo's quite cosy. Whilst we're having our lunch, let's nip over to Tilly's plot, because yesterday we put in some seeds. Let's see what we got up to yesterday evening. And here we are back at Tilly's plot, ready to put in some seeds.
Exciting times.
So what are we going to do first? Prepare the compost.
Yeah, first of all, we're going to prepare the compost. And this is just a general potting compost, seed compost that we've bought from our trading shed. We're also going to put some horticultural grit in it, and then when we've put the seeds and the compost in together, then we put a little bit more of this grit on the top of the seeds. If you have a sieve and the compost is a little bit lumpy, you can just pop it in and rub it down, and then you'll get all the big lumps ground down, which are going to make pockets, like little hole pockets in your seed trays.
I'm going to start off some golden beets because these are so nice. We grew them last year and they just go well on everything. So before we put them into seed trays, you need to put seeds in water for about an hour. So I'm going to put the whole packet in. I've got 2 packets and I've got even more hidden away. So I'm going to let them soak about an hour now. This tray is going to be for sugar snaps and boiled beans. So just a little look. That was Tilly's potting shed, by the way. There it is. And now we're going to get up to her polytunnel because obviously ours isn't quite ready yet. So let's go up a step. So here's Tilly's. Let's see what's inside.
Right, I just put my little... When you plant your seeds, it's nice to have a little child's watering can because then it's not so severe on your seeds. If you could flood it and then all your seeds and compost will come out if you use a big one.
A child's watering can. So what have you got in here then?
Right, well, we've got some parsley that's overwintered and just started to grow, which is nice down here. This contraption, we had a new telly last year and I saved all the packaging that was in it. And I've decided to give it a go because it's nice and warm and cosy of utilising this and putting the seed compost in here. So we've actually got some lettuce seeds that were planted on the 3rd of February. The back row is Imperial. And then this row is Lenny or Leany. These are, so they're doing quite well. These are herbs. I think this one's Valerian, but these are just oxeye daisies. And here we've got some pink dahlias that I'm sharing with Hannah. It's going to be this colour. So I've separated them up because there were quite a few corms in the packet. So just separated them up and starting them off here.
Those are the trays for the golden beets, which we'll sow in a minute.
Yeah. And then over here, we've got some Cape gooseberries. They're the little orange things. I think they're also known as physalis. You see them in places like Sainsbury's and they're really sweet. They're nice. So I'm going to see if we have any success with here. Savoy cabbage, they're a bit leggy, but when they grow the next leaves, I'll be able to pinch them out and then they'll get a bit bushier. Rocket, That's doing quite well. Greyhound cabbage. They're really nice. They're a bit like the pointy cabbage and then quite nice and tasty. Celery, I thought I'd try this year. Parsnips, 16th of February. That's just a few that I've put in. I'll probably put a whole more set of toilet rolls and fill that up, because that's quite good to get them started. And I'll plant some straight into the ground. But sometimes they don't germinate that brilliantly, and I find that they're better if you can start them off. Giant leeks, they're doing really well. And then down here I've just got, this is more parsley, a little bit of basil that I'm trying, some more herbs. Then we've got some sunflower plants grown here and here. Nasturtiums down in the bottom one, because we're going to grow some plants, flowers as well this year. Hollyhocks I've started here, and I think they're just, I could see just a couple of little green shoots. I've got melons growing. They're in, they've got a plastic cover like this, but I've also put some fleece on the top of them as well to give them a bit of extra protection. So not sure what's happening there yet. Then over here we've got chives, honesty, going from edible to flowering. More chives, 2 more chives there. And what's this one in here? Spring onions in there. More parsley here. And horseradish. When we went to Plants Galore, they were selling horseradish, and there were 2 corms in there. So I've planted them, and they've actually started to grow. Leaves coming up. I've never grown them before. But horseradish, we love that in our house. We'll just give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah.
Seem to be okay at the moment. I think that's it until we put Tom's seeds in a minute.
Well, let's do that now. I think first of all we'll put in Monge 2 and Sugar Snap.
Yes.
The ones that are going to be grown at the front of Tor's paddock.
Yeah.
So let's get those in.
Because you can put them right in the ground, but sometimes you have a little bit of a problem with mice. On this site, lots of people grow them on in their polytunnel, and they seem to have more success there.
Let's get cracking.
Yep.
We're going to put these Monge 2 in. I'm going to put 2 in each to begin with. They need to go about 5 centimetres down. I won't film all of this. You can see what's going on with the seeds. So we'll do half and half. Right, okay, so now we've got some Sugar Snaps. Again, these need to go in about 5 centimetres. Slight change of plan. So I'm going to keep those as Monge 2. We'll do the rest as Sugar Snaps because they taste nicer.
And I think you're going to plant every couple of weeks, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, we're going to try and do it so we've kind of got a constant crop of veg coming through rather than just doing it all in one go. We're going to stagger things like a few weeks apart, so
yeah,
we've
good
always
idea.
got things to pick. They look quite similar.
They are, yeah. They do look, they're just slightly different colour, aren't they?
Yeah. And I'm just going to do a light covering. Just a little bit to cover. Child's watering can. It flows, honest.
Yeah. They're very useful.
Into their bed. And then we'll put the cover on. Right, here we go. So it's been an hour. They've been soaking. This is to allow the pod to open more so the seeds can break through. I'm only going to put 1 in each one.
You could use tweezers if you find it a bit fiddly to do this.
Yeah, it is quite fiddly, and you've got to make sure that the seeds aren't stuck to your fingers afterwards. You could get up to 3 plants per seed.
That's quite interesting. I didn't really realise that you can get that many from 1 seed.
Back in here, and all the baby beets are snug in the nursery.
All nice and cosy.
So we have a lot of beets, but we will stagger them every couple of weeks. So we've got a constant stream of golden beets to keep us going for the year.
And we really like them. They're so nice, aren't they? You can mash them, roast them, boil them.
Hope you enjoyed the seed section. And now let's go back to our other plot, which is just over behind the shed there, to see how the polytunnel build is progressing.
Gosh, this is taking all day to erect the frame. There's a trench going all the way around it for the actual polytunnel.
The idea was anyway to get it on that side,
to go in.
and that could be the first side to fill in. Yeah, so we're calling it a day for today. We've been up there quite a while for a polytunnel this size, so it's 6 meters by 3 meters. I would definitely recommend not putting it up on your own. Make sure you've got make sure you've got several people to help. So we're going to leave it with the frame up for now. We don't want to chance it and not dig in the cover properly.
It's a bit of a jigsaw. Putting it together, people, be warned. It's a bit of a jigsaw.
So we will come up in the week and get the cover sorted. What's going on? It's not raining. So I've come up the plot today. Hannah's filming.
Hi.
We're going to work on a polytunnel. I've been thinking about it because it wasn't too sturdy, and I've looked at a few videos on YouTube and I've figured out a way to make it really sturdy. So let's have a look. Sylvie's here. Hi. She's I'm not picking her up. Bum's a bit. But right. So what I've done is I've mounted the frame on decking boards, which are screwed into wooden posts that are probably 2.5 feet into the ground, and those are reinforced with steel rods. It's all cable tied together. So the idea is we're going to put the cover on now, and we are going to make sure the zips will close before I add decking to the other side and attach it. And then the skirting on the side, we've actually had a look, and it's not that long. It's maybe like that, which isn't really enough to dig into the ground. So the idea is that it will be stapled into the decking boards that run up the side, and then we will fill that in with soil and bank it up. I think that's a pretty good idea. So let's put the cover on.
So we managed to get it on.
Yes.
I must say it was quite a feat for 2 of us to do.
It was a bit of a struggle, wasn't it? But we've done it. So we just need to make sure it's secure now. Eventually I'm gonna replace that door because already one of the zips isn't great. But apparently you hear that with a lot of these polytunnels like this.
You want to walk in? Mind the mud.
That's a lot of growing space. Cool, you can feel the heat in here already.
Yeah.
Eventually you want to have watermelons, don't you?
I want to try and grow some melons, yeah, because I remember when I was a child that my grandma used to grow watermelons in her greenhouse. They weren't massive, but she did manage to grow them. And I kind of remember doing that as a child with her, so it'd be nice to try and do it with Flo.
Today has been really productive, and I think that's because we've not had any rain. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening and I've got this far. So the cover's on, it's all reinforced. Started to dig in the sides. I have stapled the cover to the wooden frame that I've built. It's all wedged in nicely. There's no strong winds forecast, so I should be able to come up tomorrow because there's more sun. It's going to be amazing. And I'll finish it off. Good times. The tunnel is up. Let's have a look inside. There we go, it's all attached to the wooden frame. I have used a lot of cable ties to hold the frame together. Everything has been bolstered into the wooden frame. We've got some rubber bits on any corners that are going to rub. It's been pretty windy today. With the build of the polytunnel complete, we added paving stones outside of the entrance, which were left behind by a previous plot owner. Turning our attention to the edge of the plot, we flattened the ground and added several plants to encourage bees and wildlife. These included oxeye daisies, forget-me-nots, a foxglove donated to us by Tilly, and a comfrey plant donated to us by one of our kind neighbours. We have also placed 2 currant bushes here left behind by the last plot owner. As we draw to the end of the first month on our new plot, we reflect on everything we've achieved. From the planning process to where we've got to now, it has been an extremely rewarding adventure. From tidying the plot, the removal of the shed, the build for Tor's enclosure, laying paths and digging plots, and finally the polytunnel build. We are all extremely excited to see where our allotment journey will take us next.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much to everyone who's liked and commented on our blogs. We really appreciate it, and there have been some great comments, so it's brilliant. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow our adventures.